you're a black man and you want to get married, or if you want to have children and you expect to marry a black woman, you might as well divorce yourself with this 50-50 shit. That 50-50 argument goes away. I didn't make these rules, guys, and just because they say they'll accept it, okay, try that. Try it, because compromise versus sacrifice. I think this has a lot to do with that 80% divorce rate, because, like it or not, I'm not going down that path. Everybody got work to do. If you're a black...
What's good, YouTube family? It's Energy Coach back with another one, and today we got an energy report talking about that 50-50 and the differences between, today's world and 1960, or when, a better time. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this today is because it's a big common thing, and I think a lot of people don't really understand the reason of the 50-50. Like, I think a lot of people base it off of what they can do instead of just the reality, And don't get me wrong, personally, I don't think nobody should be doing 50-50 in a relationship, because that means you half-assing. I think everybody should be putting 100% in and beyond if you're going to actually be building with somebody. But everybody's relationship is different, and you have to determine what is best for your relationship. So I just thought that was pretty interesting, and I'm going to play it again, but I have another video to play.
Most women want guys with money. They want a guy that's got all the luxury things that these guys have. They want that, but they don't know what come with that.
I've dated multimillionaires, and it's not all what it's caked up to be, because with every relationship and every situation, people are going to require something from you. If he was a multimillionaire, he might have multiple women, and I'd have to deal with that. He might have 5 or 6 girlfriends, and I know about it, and I just gotta be like, okay, well, if I want this purse, and I want this bag, and I want to drive in this car, and I want to live in this house, then that's something I gotta deal with, and you gotta make that choice. So if you're okay with that, then that's okay. It's on what you want, how you see your life, I guess.
It's in every woman's nature to tame a man, to tame the beast, right? Beautiful women think that they beauty tame men. They think that sex is a tool to control men. And it's not. The key to controlling a man is understanding him. The woman don't even know the purpose of a man. The man don't even know the purpose of a woman. So they never learn to really value each other. So everything is based off feelings and not a purpose. You can't figure out what you need to be doing as a woman. I can't figure out what we need to be doing as a man. All we gonna do is fight and fuck till we break up. Because that's all we can do. Most women want guys with money. They want a guy that's...
I thought that was interesting, even though it went further than where it was at. But as far as, you feel me, the first part with the finances, there's nothing wrong with that. I know they be wanting stuff with financial security. Everybody wants security. It creates that safety. You don't want to be thinking about what it is that you don't want to be having that worry on, that be in worry mode all day, but at the same time, you can't build with somebody who don't have nothing. So if the man is doing just everything, what are you doing? Because if you're not adding value or adding something to it, you just taking away from what he has. And if he has limited resources, then it's going to make it quite the struggle. Now, I got another video to play to piggyback off of this one. Also, we got to value each other more than just with the sex, though, too.
I feel like it's very...
Now, this is Cardi B. I played this video before, but Cardi B is talking about the 50-50.
Controversial when, be like, oh, I don't go 50-50, but it's like, all right. So if you and your man make the same amount of money, right? But only your man is the one that paying all the bills. How you ever gonna save up to buy a house or buy a business? Cause he's never gonna be able to afford to. There's certain things that's like a joint thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like the internet really be having people fucked up from real reality type shit. So your mom and dad used to work every single day so your mom could save her money and buy purses and your dad just pay all the bills. That's not how it works. It's either your mom was in the house cooking and cleaning every day, your dad was working, or they was both working to pay both the bills. Y'all be acting like y'all don't know what the fuck that is like no more. Come on. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a feminist anymore, because it's sometimes it's y'all bitches don't be living in the real world.
Right.
Okay, so now what I wanted to play off of that or show, I want to read this. A housewife proposes a week's worth of groceries in 1947. She spent $12.50 a week to buy all her groceries except milk. On this, she managed to feed herself, her husband, her 4-year-old twins, and the family cat. Robert Willard, Time and Life Pictures Today. Now, see all of these groceries, $12. A lot of people don't understand economics. They don't understand the way our money works. They don't understand the way our financial system works. And they don't understand what happened in 1961 or 1970 when we got off the gold standard, and what's happening right now with us losing 99% of our purchasing power with our dollar. So if you go on 50-50, it's not the same. It's not the same world. I believe they say it takes two incomes to make over. I believe combined, if you make over 170 to a low 200,000, you're still considered lower middle income now. That's almost $250,000. That would have been middle income a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago actually, and it just changed like that in the last couple of years. So I'm gonna play another video, and I want you guys to really peep this. Listen to what he's saying. Okay, so Boomers versus Gen Z, 1970 versus 2023. This ain't even 2024. It's way worse now. $15,000 to buy a house versus $436,000 to buy a house. Now, if you were in the 70s, it wouldn't be no 50-50. One, women weren't allowed to really work like that. They weren't being taxed. Two, again, we had just came off the gold standard. So our dollar had most of its purchasing power. Most of its purchasing power. Off one income, a man working a minimum wage job could pay for his house. He could pay for a car. He could pay for all of the bills, all of the responsibilities and financial obligations, the food, have enough to save, and have enough for vacation. You could do all of that off of one basic minimum wage income in 1970. 2023, definitely not. But let's let him play this video and let's see what's happening.
1970, the average home was $15,000. It is now $436,000. It has gone up 29 times. Rent was $108, is now $2,000. That's gone up 20 times. College was $500. It's now $11,000. That's gone up 20 times. Gas was 36 cents. It's now $3.80. That has gone up 10 to 12 times. But what about the income? In 1970, the average person was making...
Now, this is important. Listen to the income. Listen to the income. Because this is what I mean as far as we have to be realistic about everything, you know? And even when it comes to our relationships with each other. And a lot of people don't know these numbers, and they just want the same kind of treatment as this time period. But the circumstances and the situations are not the same. So, go ahead, let them talk.
$9,000. Today, they're
$9,000. He was able to pay for all of this.
making $56,000. That has only gone...
It's not an average. Look at this. 9,000 from 15,000, 56,000 from 436,000. That's a big gap. This is more than 50% of this. It's closer to 70 or 60 something percent. This is not even a quarter of this. I think this is closer to what? Maybe 1/8? 1/8 of it. Like, look at that. All these numbers, look, it adds up. It's a big difference.
Up 6 times compared to everything else. But here's where this is where it gets sad. In 1970, the average household had 3.5 children. Today, it's only 1.9. And the crazy part is that back in 1970, the average household, 47% were dual income. It has now jumped to 65% is dual income.
Okay, so boom. In 1970, dual income means that it was still a little 50-50 going on. 67% means a whole lot more. But people make it seem like it wasn't happening then. No, it was happening then.
The millennials and Gen Zers under the household are putting in more hours than the boomers did. We're both working 40 hours a week. But you got way more bang for your buck and more children. You got to expand your family, own a house. Things are so drastically different. The birth rate is plummeting because people can't afford it. So we need to make a change so that we can turn this around.
Okay. Now I'm going to play one more. I think this is interesting. Let's go ahead and see. Now this is 1980s. Oh, wait, you know what? I don't want it to be, kind of talk like that. So I'm muted. Okay, income, 26. Minimum wage, $3. A house, 82,000. Rent, 432. Wedding, 10,000. A new Honda Accord, like 8,000. Gas, 96 cents. Braces, 2,000. Cost of raising a child, 80,000. Childbirth, 25 to 46. Private school, 6,000. Public college, 1,300. Little Caesars, $5 a pizza. Movie tickets, $3. Time magazine, $1.75. McDonald's meal, $2.56. Day at the hospital, $2.17. Taxi, $1. Eggs, 71 cents. You get the gist. Milk, $1.29. So I say that to say everything is so drastically different that you have to take that into consideration. Now, again, I don't think the 50-50 thing is cool. It should be, everybody should be going hard and doing 100 because you see what it is out here. Now, mind you, if she is also working, let's do a breakdown. If the woman is working, she should not have to do all the cleaning, all the cooking, all the taking care of the child and everything else by herself. That should not happen. The man should also be participating. Or whatever type of relationship. Some people have multiple women, in the poly thing. And it should just be teamwork, If the man is working and just because you also have to think about how much is he's making. But you gotta step it up in more just areas. It's not just working while she do everything, especially if she's working as well. You gotta get in there and cook. You gotta get in there and meal prep. You got to get in there and do some laundry. You got to get in there and wash some dishes. You got to get in there and clean up. You got to spend some time with the children. You got to make it work. You have to be doing an equal amount. Now, the same thing, ladies, if he's working and he has all this money he's paying for child, for tutoring, or he's paying for babysitting. He's paying for the cleaners and, for everyone, the house to get clean, maid services. If you're paying out to eat, you guys don't cook like that. He has a chef. If you're paying for everything, you don't really do too much. You need to find something else to add value. You need to do something. It should always be a give and give, and then you both take from each other and you both give to each other, not just take and not giving. It has to be a balance. But it also has to be a real team effort. On a team, everyone has a role. Everyone has a part to play. Everyone has a position. You have to play your part to help the team win. If the man is not a multimillionaire, man, it's going to be tough right now. Well, if you all just depending on his income, it's not going to work like that in America 2024. Now, a multimillionaire, yeah, you can stretch it. But even then, that's a stretch depending on what kind of lifestyle y'all living. Now, this is just my personal opinion. Y'all go ahead. Tell me what y'all think about the whole 50-50. I hate saying the 50. I dislike saying 50-50. But go ahead and tell me what y'all think about that. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think. Peace.